G'day and welcome. In today's video I wire up the switch and some of the wiring in the center console. Details are next. The first thing that I'm going to install is a circuit breaker for the second pump. Now I chose a 10 amp one as being the most suitable because 5 amps is the maximum draw, so if it's drawing double the current then clearly there's an issue. When looking for a place to mount the breaker, I had to be sure there was enough gap under the breaker and between the floor of the car to prevent shorting, and it had to be accessible from the driver's seat when strapped into the car by a 6-point harness. The same goes with all of the switches and fuses that I'll be fitting to the console today. Next on the agenda are some fuses. Now I chose spade type fuses in a panel mount for neatness and ease of access. One fuse is for the rain light and one is for the power being supplied to the control module. And now it's time for the wiring. To supply power, I am using a 2-pole distribution bus. Now the reason I'm doing this is because it's very hard to find lugs or crimps that have a hole large enough to fit over the battery isolator terminals and small enough on the other end to accept thinner gauge wire. This little contraption I am fitting over the battery isolator terminal is actually a washer. I drilled a hole in it and then I threaded through a piece of wire and soldered it, and this will serve as a transfer from the battery isolator to the distribution bus. Because of the aforementioned issue with the sides of the crimp ends, I'm making sure of a good strong connection with some solder and some heat shrink both ends to give the connection the best chance of surviving. Once the loom, or at least part of the loom, is complete, but before any plugs are fitted, it's time to add some form of protective sheathing. I'm using expandable PPS sleeve I purchased from JCar, hashtag not sponsored, and in order to make it a bit easier to install, I've taped up the ends of the wires. As mentioned in a previous video, this stuff here is called Tuff Tape, Tuff, and it's really good for wrapping wiring looms as it molds to itself and forms a really nice seal that won't go sticky and horrible with age like electrical tape can. It too is available from JCar, and again, not sponsored. Okay, all done. I added some plugs and this is what it looks like when it was completed. Now I've set it up in such a way as it shouldn't be too hard to remove the console later on if I need to. Righto, so in the next video I make some wiring looms that join the center console to the control box and the control box to the pump, so watch out for that. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.